Hey guys, I'm RozaldVane, and welcome back to another episode of Virtue/Reward, or VLR, or Zero Escape Virtue/Reward. Last episode, we were basically rewinding time, apparently. As you can see, we're all the way back up to the very beginning, but before the beginning kind of thing. Yeah, so we basically rewind time all the way back to meet Akane. We're gonna go back down, all the way down here later. To finish up this whole game, because we're still kind of closing in towards the end of Phi's ending, but it's just making a weird U-turn to make us kind of understand why Akane isn't considered dead in this scenario. So instead, she's here telling us what's going on and what to expect. But yeah, we knocked out Deal. Deal's now part of the AB game because the bracelet was taken off of Akane, and now she just placed it on Deal. So that's pretty much the case of what we went through. So maybe this might be the last episode. If this isn't the last episode, then I will try to push for it to be the end in the next episode. But so far, it's just a lot of talking and less puzzle or anything so far.
今、ディオの左手首にはバングルがはめられています。あとは彼の体を第 5AB ルーム、右から2番目の部屋に運び込めばいいだけです。
Yep. Second one from the right. Oh, I see.
クオークが眠っている部屋だな。
そうです。彼の搬送は私が行っておくことにしましょう。それからあなたたち2人の肉体も出てきた第 3AB ルームに戻しておきます。室内の仕掛けもリセットし、すべて元通りに。
Why do you need to do all that?
これまで通りの歴史を再現するためですよ。
Yep. They have to play a sort of consistency to match up pretty much every other path forward, basically. Because if we don't have the matchup, then it's gonna probably create some inconsistency, not just to the story, but it's also gonna create inconsistency for the people's memories, I guess. For the people's memory, or for the people to not be able to come back to this point of fixing the problem.
先ほども申し上げた通り、あなた方の意識は間もなく未来へと帰ります。そうして空っぽになった肉体という器に、今度は別の意識が飛び込んでくることに。その時にあなた方の体が第 3AB ルームの中に存在しないと大変困ったことになってしまいます。
つまり、別の意識があの部屋で目覚めて、もう一度同じ歴史を繰り返すというわけか。いや、二度目なのか、三度目なのかはわからないが。
そういうことです。最後にこれをお渡ししておきましょう。
She paused and pulled something out of her pocket. It was a small key attached to a string.
なくさないようにシグマさんの足首に結わいつけておきますね。
Wait, so it's been sitting in our ankles all this time? How? What? And he didn't feel that on his ankle, really? That's surprising. What does it say on here? On there?
トゥーフィーエゴエリス。
ラテン語だな。私はかつてあなただった。あなたはいずれ私になるだろう。そういう意味の。
What you are, I was. What I am, you will be. Kind of a convoluted set of statements, but okay. Or sentence style stuff. What am I supposed to do with it?
その場所に行けば、あなたの大切な人に会うことができます。
Junpei, probably. What?
さあ、行きなさい。未来に戻るのです。私はあなたたちのすぐそばにいます。すぐそばにいて、ずっとあなたたちのことを見守っています。ですから。さあ、早く。
Wait, ちょっと待って。I still have questions, really? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like to be continued. Yeah, it's gonna be like to be continued. Yep. So that means that yeah, new destination. That's fine. That's hilarious that that's what it is at the end of that. But that means that so that means that both of us collapse right at that point of the story. Right at that point, we collapse. And then when we collapse, I'm guessing Luna was there to just carry us into the AB room that we literally were supposed to be a part of. But we didn't like get to that point. Alright, cool. So that's that. We rewind all the way back down again, so let's do it. Oh, we're forced to ally anyways. That's hilarious. There's no betray, just ally. Round 3 ally.
おお、どうやら二人とも気がついたようじゃな。
It's almost like a dream we just came back from. Is this the infirmary?
どうしてこんなところに？
AB ゲートを開いた時のことを覚えていますか？
We went there, we opened the gate, and then we both got into a conversation, and suddenly I think we both just snapped out and then went to sleep, collapsed on the floor, I bet. And they were there, and probably Kay and Luna came back to see why we took too long being in the AB room, or AB, yeah, the warehouse, and they just probably dragged us in.
あの後、私とケイさんは医務室へと戻ったのですが。
Yeah, so they did went back just to check on us because we were taking so long in the warehouse.
いつまで経ってもシグマさんとファイさんがやってこないので。
Yeah. It was kind of obvious in my mind that they probably just got curious why we weren't back.
それで様子を見に倉庫へと引き返したのです。
すると AB ルームの前にお二人が倒れているではありませんか。
It was all a dream.
そこで私とケイさんは慌てて二人をこの医務室へと運び込んだというわけです。
I looked over at Fi and met her eyes. Do you remember what happened just now?
さっきって、かなり昔のさっきのことか？
Yeah. You got him pretty good, huh?
覚えてるよ。
Let's get the key off the ankle.
二人とも何の話してるの？
Oh, it's nice to hear Quark all over again. It also gives me a lot of goosebumps every now and then. Like, not bad goosebumps, but like excitement or happiness, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what goosebump represents besides fear. In my head, it's like excitement, fear, or just like the sense of like shock, I guess. But like there was a little bit of goosebumps on my neck, feeling like a sensation because I felt like once I hear Quark again, I'm just like, dude, this guy's still alive again. I don't know. It's just because this character seems to just like dissipate from the beginning. Like when we started off with having Quark show up like every now and then, having him be the guy in the beginning like a couple of times talking in a normal way. It's just like I kind of weirdly miss Quark being at least like normal for once. Like he's just never normal every time when he goes crazy with Radical 6 and he yells and like just God, come on man, why can't he just be normal for once? Because every other character at least had some normality for a longer period of time than he is. But now he's normal. It's like he's finally normal again, and so it's just that relief, the feeling of relief. Oh God, that speed up. Quark.
私もいるわよ。
Addis.
二人とも復活したんだな。
ええ、おかげさまで。
そういえばシグマさんとファイさんが抗ウイルス薬を見つけてくれたんだよね。じっちゃんと一緒に。ありがとう。
No problem. All in a day's work. I'm trying to think. What would Sigma say in Japanese? It would be like yeah. Yeah, which is like no or no problem. In a way, yeah is like just no, but then you can still use it in context of like no problem. All in a day's work. I feel like they would have probably said in the Japanese version saying like we're just doing our job or something like that, but I don't know. Although I wouldn't mind a little swimsuit action.
お前、本当に見境がないな。
Bruh, we never got no, not bro. Fine, we never got that I honestly don't think that's is it? I don't think the game's gonna give us that weird, like, weirdly fan servicey style swimsuit thing. Hey, I wasn't talking to Quark. That was an offer for Alice.
どっちにしろ同じだろうが。
She's kind of basically in a bathing suit already. Like, this is her outfit, so she's already kind of like, in a sense, similar.
ねえ、そんなことよりも早くここを出ようよ。
Yeah, we need to vote.
シグマとファイも目覚めたことだし、あとは Q の扉を開けば。
Huh?
どういうことだ？
バングルを見てみろ。
Wait. It says 10. I have 10 BP.
私の BP は
Oh.
15。
I know why. Because they voted for us. Tenmyoji voted for us, basically. Like, he probably voted for both of us while we were out. For whatever amount of time. This is hilarious. This is freaking hilarious. It's just randomly, it's like, wait a minute, how do we get all these points? They just went ahead and did everything for us. What is this convenience?
意識を失う前は9だったから6点も加算されてることになるな。
So that means we need one more vote, I think. We need to vote one more time so that everyone can get even points and get out. But how?
あなたたちをここに運び込んでからすでに2時間以上経過しています。
Oh, wow.
その間に私たちは3回の AB ゲームを行ったのです。
Oh, they played it 3 times. I thought they played it 2 times only. 3 times?
もちろん一つのラウンドが終了するごとにバングルの表示はシャッフルされました。
Yeah, that's true. That made sense.
ですがいずれの場合も代表者が強力に投票したため、
Yeah,
私たちの
ally.
BP はすべて
Yeah, everyone voted ally no matter who it was. I'm pretty sure that this group would have still been able to vote it ally as long as there was like 6 people. I think they would have been fine because once Quark and Alice woke up, then it was enough to get everybody to do whatever. Also, Dio wouldn't be able to escape anyways, so it would have been harder for him to like kind of get up and wake up to do whatever he wanted to do. So it made sense that they probably asked Tenmyoji and Clover to help while we were both also out because reasons. So we would have had like Alice and Quark wake up in time, and then they just helped out as they were waiting for whatever. Yeah, I know. You don't have to show the numbers again. Actually, I just want to see the whole number. You didn't have to show it one by one. Yeah, so they voted really quickly for 2 hours.
目標値に達したのです。
They should have said 3 hours. I think they should have said 3 hours, not 2 hours. Because if it's 1 round per hour, it would have made sense that that was the case. Because they said that it was 45 minutes per waiting point, I think, and they were planning on waiting the 45 minutes out to start voting for the star round, and then have the next star round be like another 45 and another star round for another 45, which would count up to like almost 3 hours ish. It would be like over 2 hours, I feel like, but whatever, whatever. Yep, everyone got their points. I know. I get it. Game, don't have to show it to me. Also, we don't get to see Dio's hand. It's hilarious. I was stunned. How had everyone cooperated long enough to raise all of our BP past 9? Was it because Akane hadn't been killed? Without a death to start things off, maybe we'd just been less suspicious of one another. Or could the bombs have had something to do with it? We'd all joined forces against Dio, and Faye and I had been able to disarm all of them. All of us had banded together against a common enemy and overcome a tremendous threat. Perhaps that had strengthened our bond. Which, I had to admit, would be somewhat ironic. After all, Dio had planted the bombs and forced us all to work together against him. This must have been what Akane was talking about.
言ったはずです。死は必要不可欠だったと。計画を遂行するには避けては通れない道だったのです。
とにかく早く行こうよ。Q の扉を開いて脱出するんだ。
Oh yeah, let's leave Dio behind too. Wait, ちょっと待って。What about him? Everyone's just like, wait, what? Him? After some discussion, we decided to leave Dio behind. I'm sorry I had to clap for this because we finally get to treat him like ass for once. We get to finally give him a bad ending. Oh jeez, dude. This is Finally, we get to treat him like treat him how he should be treated. Alice wasn't the only holdout. She'd complained about wanting to take him to her superiors, but after I mentioned they'd come back to investigate after we escaped and deal with Dio then, she reluctantly complied.
Yosh!
So that means that, yeah, they do need to come back to investigate anyways after knowing where their agents disappeared to.
それじゃ行こう
If there is a society outside of here. But we have a key on our ankle, though. We have a key on our ankle, and Akane is still not in the place that we thought she would be. So I'm wondering of those two things. Like, are we gonna see Akane? And what does the key go to? What does this key that we tied to our ankle goes to? But I am glad we're finally here at this point to finally escape. Everybody ready? I'm gonna open it.
頼んだわ。
Everyone else swallowed and nodded. I grabbed the lever and pulled it down. Ba-da-da-dum. Sorry, I like the sound effects a lot. I don't know, every now and then, like, I just try to mimic the...
9の扉が開放されました。
Like, every now and then I like to mimic the sound effects of games that do it, because do things like funny sounds and stuff. I don't know, it's just weird to me, I guess. I don't know, it's just, I guess when I listen to too much gameplay, like, gaming, it's just like, it just kind of gets in my head where I'm just like, I want to mimic that sound effect for no dumb reason. I don't know. I find it weird, but it's just funny to me. Like, for me, it's like, when I was working at school, like, going for, like, game stuff in school, I always make these stupid grunts. I'm like, hoo, ha, hoo, ha. And that's because I kind of mimic the people getting hurt and getting damaged in the games. It's just like, what am I doing? I'm just being bored, but I'm just like, I like making stupid things, I guess, for no reason.
9の扉閉鎖まで残り9秒です。
But it's just like, I don't know, it's just funny to just do the voice acting in a way, but... Alright, everybody, let's move it! Alright, we're back here again for the first time in a long time. Yeah, the last time we went here was when we left it with Dio and Fi for that one ending, for the Dio's ending. But we kind of got halfway through with Luna's ending, but we didn't choose to go through it all the way through, so... I didn't need to tell them twice. The room inside was clearly a loading elevator. It locked sort of like a large plate on top of a huge pedestal. We ran to the center of the plate and turned around. The number 9 door stood wide open.
2、1、0、9の扉閉鎖。
But what about the key? Well, I would understand why Akane would not come along. But yeah, like I would understand why Akane wouldn't come, but
9の扉を閉鎖しました。
I would understand why Akane wouldn't come along if she was still in there, because she belongs there for whatever reason. But at the same time, still not sure what this key goes to.
これにてノナリーゲームは終了となります。
Oh,
お疲れ様でした。
finally we're outside.
なお、ゲームの終了に伴い、施設内にある9の扉以外のすべての扉は開放されます。
Now it feels official that the game is over. Wait! What's going on? Oh, I thought it's I thought it was an explosion. Sorry, it just sounded like a music beat for no reason. Man, another door opening. Great.
どうやら着いたようじゃな。
先に進んでみましょう。
Beyond the doors was a wide hallway that ended in a very solid wall. To the left, we found a very familiar-looking door. We pushed it open and went in. We're back in the pressure exchange chamber. PEC. Here we go. Here we are again. A peck. I think we have enough, the pressure exchange chamber. I think we have enough, we have enough suits, I guess? Yeah, suits. The breathing suits for everybody. It is kind of interesting that it's only for 8 people. Because it's conveniently everyone being 8 here. And there's no 9.
知ってるの?
Yeah, sort of. This whole facility is pressurized, apparently. I think the idea is to keep the air outside and consequently the virus from getting inside. That means that if we want to go out, we have to decompress so we match the outside air pressure. This room here is where you prepare for going into the actual pressure exchange room. You see all those suits along the wall? I figure we need to put them on and head to the decompression room downstairs.
ちょっと待ってよ。それじゃ、外の世界にはウイルスがうようよと充満してるっていうの?
I don't know if that's true though. I feel like that we're probably in Mars or something like that, and that we're very far away from Earth to begin with. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Of course, according to Akane, we were all apparently already infected with Radical 6, so the whole room seemed a little pointless.
どうしてなんでそんなことに
もしかしてテロはもう
そんなバカなありえないわ
とにかくここまで来た以上引き返すわけにはいきません、外に出てみましょう。そうすれば外の世界で何が起こっているのかはおのずと明らかになるはずです。
Yeah.
わかったわ。
I mean, there's no way out besides out, so or there's no way other to go besides out. No one else objected. We all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression room. I do wonder if there is actually society outside and everything, or if we're in a different planet. It would make more sense if we were in a different planet, though. As soon as we were all inside, the process began. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of air being sucked out of the room. We stood there for several minutes waiting for the process to finish. Like, it's so funny that these just sound like beats to a song. It's like just like the bass, like I don't know. At last it did, and we heard the door begin to open. Beyond it was another decompression chamber. We repeated the process 2 more times before we reached the final door and opened it. How many processing? Wow, that's a lot. Hey! Yeah, there's the red moon. The dead, bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I'd seen it before, in another timeline. Hey, the suits are funny. The others hadn't, however, and although I couldn't see their faces through the visors of their helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments, we just stood there astonished.
ねえ、一体どこなのよここは。
砂漠じゃない。
Yeah.
どこの砂漠よ。
Huh?
わからないけど、でも今がいつなのかはなんとなくわかったかも。
We're on that day of December 28th, I think. Same year, though, I think.
月を見て真っ赤に染まってるでしょ。あれ皆既月食だと思うんだ。
で
次にそれが起こるのは2028年12月31日。
Oh, you know what? This is kind of a waste of an opportunity. But hear me out. Imagine my silly self playing this final episode on December 31st, 2028, I'd have been like, whoa, wait, it's a total, like, I don't know, coincidence that we played. I honestly think that somebody should actually play this game. I know it's a missed opportunity for me, but me playing it on December 31st, 2028, which is like 4 years from now, about 4 years from now, more than 4 years from now. Gosh, that would, it's just a missed opportunity. Damn it. I mean, it's whatever. Actually, no. If you're watching this and you're like, that would be an awesome concept, watch this, comment on this on December 31st, 2028 for me. Then I'll realize, wait, I remember this was a thing. Just like say, I was here on December 31st, 2028. If this channel is still around with the video and everything. I would suspect that it'd still be around. This video would still be around. Just that maybe I might have like given up on YouTube or just like or I'm still recording and whatever. It would be funny if I'm still recording around that time and it'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot I recorded this episode and made this comment. I mean, honestly, that's how I feel. It's like this definitely would work fantastically, tremendously on that day, on that year. Be like somebody be like, where's the total lunar moon? Where's the total lunar eclipse in the frickin' day? And then everyone from whatever country is like, yeah, I saw it tonight. I saw it. Took a picture of it. Check it out on. No, don't check it out on somebody's Twitter handle because I wouldn't know. I wouldn't even know. I don't even know if Twitter survives until that day. But point is, it's whatever.
ちょっと待ってよ。それじゃ何？私たちはさらわれてきてから1週間以上も眠り続けてたっていうの？
多分。
But it is kind of like funny to me because it's like, what was it? September? No, not September. It was no, it was. Was it September? Do you remember the 21st night? I can't remember what the fire, wind, and earth, fire, earth, and wind. The song, I forgot what it was. I forgot what the date was, but that was always funny to me because like people would be like, "Ah, yeah, it's that day. We finally got to that day of that song." It's kind of like this almost, but with the game instead. But it's specifically a year, so wherever we were, we must have been far away from any city. The air was drier or clearer than I'd ever seen it, and the stars, the sky was full of them, more stars than I've ever seen in my life. I could even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. I don't know if we can see the Milky Way from Earth, I don't think. But the most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive, much bigger in fact than I had remembered it being. Then, as I watched, a black spot began to move across its surface. It was hard to see details, but it looked circular. The spot continued to move across the moon, heading for the right edge. Oh, I see it. Is that like an eyeball? What's that? Oh. The moon's shadow. I frowned. That didn't make any sense. What? What?
さもないとわしばかりか9億までもが命を失うことになるだろう。そう言われてな。
What? So that means that Tenmyoji was zero all this time? Or is associated with zero?
そのことを条件にわしは9億を連れて今回のゲームに参加したんじゃ。
So he knows who Zero really is, but he's not really Zero.
ただあいつに会うために、それだけのために。じゃがもう話してもいいじゃろう。お前さんたちが知らない真実について。もう一度言う。あれは月の影じゃ。
What the hell are you saying?
そのままの意味じゃよ。あれが月の影だとしたら、それが映し出された天体は何じゃと思う？
What's it falling on?
まさか地球か？
I was right. It is Earth. So that means that the recording was right. So that we were basically away from planet Earth all this time. Because the Earth was filled with Radical 6. So essentially, this isn't that red moon that was mentioned in December 31st, 2028. But instead, it's planet Earth that is greatly infected by Radical 6. Oh, so the reality is real, that the Radical 6 already infested the Earth.
その通り。あれは月食によって赤く染まった月ではない。月食ではなく日食。
Oh, yeah, it's a solar eclipse. I guess that makes sense, because we're in the moon then.
地球上のあの黒い影の中では、今まさに皆既日食が起こっておるんじゃよ。
Yeah. Now I get it. We are on the moon, basically. What? Nande? No way. If that's the Earth, then why the hell are we here? Where are we?
月だよ。ここは月面。僕らがついさっきまでいた施設は、そこに建設された基地だったんだ。
Moon base? Huh.
嘘でしょ。そんなの信じられないよ。ここが月だなんて、そんなこと。
It is much more crazier than 999 in a way, because in 999 we were just like, oh, we're just going to like get out of the desert, whatever, Nevada base or whatever building thing. But here it's like, nope, we're just literally on the moon for some reason.
そうよ。
That means we can't reach anybody from here.
そんなのあまりにも滑稽で現実離れしすぎてるわ。大地重力のことはどうなるのよ。月の重力は地球の約6分の1。なのにこれはどういうこと？
She picked up a rock and dropped it. Just like slowly falls down.
今の見たでしょ？地球上で物体が落下する速度と何も変わらなかったわ。
Here's the thing. It made sense that coming out of here was just not just because of the pressure, but because of the fact that we can't breathe on the moon at that moment, because of the fact that the moon was not does not have the same atmosphere of what the Earth is, for sure. So we could have, I think people might have like probably not been able to breathe on the planet here, but technically I think over time we can probably develop something that helps with breathing on these planets. Luna?
重力の件については私からご説明しましょう。私もここが月面だと知っているもののうちの一人ですから。
Everyone's gonna try to show up with the truth about who they are.
もっとも一人という表現が正しいのかどうかはわかりませんが。
Yeah, we know you're a robot.
あなた一体何を言ってるの？
とにかく聞いてください。
It's like, yeah, I'm here to expose the truth about myself.
アリスさんはラジカル6というウイルスに感染しました。そのウイルスはアクセラビルを投与することによって駆逐されましたが、依然として脳への後遺症は残っているのだと思います。
後遺症？
はい。ラジカル6は脳の情報処理速度をルート6分の1に低下させるという特徴を持っています。後遺症とはそのことです。さらに付け加えておくと、そのウイルスはここにいる皆さん全員に感染しています。
Everyone besides Luna, because Luna is a robot, so she can't really feel that symptom. I also think that the Radical 6 kind of mimics a little bit like what was it, that movie with the, like, I forgot what the movie was called. It was like the Haunting House or something like that. I'm trying to think. Like what was it, like, it was like the movie about how there was this group of teenage young adults, whatever, college students, whatever, going to the forest, and then they got fumed with this nauseous gas, but they don't know it, and it makes them dumber. and they try to mimic what a horror movie would be like for them. It's kind of like Radical 6 like that in that case, where Radical 6 is just to make them feel dumber a little bit, to make them less sophisticated about how they should be figuring things out. So they would do stupid things, is what I think is what they played out on with
つまり全員の思考速度がルート6分の1に低下しているということです。ルート6分の1、小数に変換するとおよそ 0.408 になります。したがって通常の半分以下の速度で皆さんは思考を行っているということに。ところで先ほどアリスさんがおっしゃった通り、月の重力加速度は地球の約6分の1になります。そしてある高さから物体が落下し、地表面へと達するまでにかかる時間はこの重力加速度の平方根に反比例します。
Brain is not computing, okay.
要するに月面で物体が落下するのにかかる時間は地球のおよそルート6倍になるということです。と言葉で言ってもよくわからないですよね。具体例を挙げて説明しましょう。例えば地球上で 4.9 メートルの高さからリンゴが落下したとします。すると地表面に到達するまでには約1秒かかることになります。
4.9 meters, 1 second to drop to the floor, or to hit the floor. So that means that's half of Earth's acceleration? Because 4.9 is half of Earth's gravitational pull of 9.8 milliseconds, or meters per second.
これが月面だと1秒のルート6倍、約 2.45 秒かかる計算に。
Yeah, because it would take two seconds instead of the 1 second we get on planet Earth.
今はわかりやすく高さを 4.9 メートルとしましたが、この値がいくつになっても月面での落下時間がルート6倍になることに変わりはありません。10センチだろうと10メートルだろうと同じです。
Yeah.
繰り返します。
Somewhat, but I still don't get how the moon would be. How could it be not different from what the Earth gravitational pull is? But
月面での落下時間は地球のそれのルート6倍になる。
oh, maybe because I see. Our brain is processing much slower, so that means that our brain thinks that the rock is falling at a normal speed of being on Earth, but in fact our brain cannot process that the rock is falling much slower than it normally should, that we are actually seeing the opposite of what we would see on Earth. So basically she's just saying that our brain cannot see the thing normally. She could have just said it like that. She could have just said our brain can't process that the thing is not moving at the same speed as we were on Earth. Instead, we're pretending like we're seeing it fall on the same speed like from Earth because of the fact that our brains are just so freaking slow.
ではこの時、観測者の思考速度がルート6分の1に低下していたとしたらどうなるでしょうか。
I get it,
そ
I
の
get
人
it.
物にとっては 2.45 秒が1秒に、4.9 秒が2秒に、7.35 秒が3秒に感じるはずです。
I get it, I get it, I get it. But I also feel like that's very terrible off-putting, because that means that some of the stuff we've seen that moved a lot faster inside the AB game space is much slower, I guess? It doesn't make any sense a little bit. I'm a little bit perturbed by that explanation. I don't like that explanation. I hate that this is their way of trying to say, hey, gravity is not the same thing as the real gravity in Earth. It's just, we're just dumb and slow right now in our brains. But all the other things inside the AB room does not count in a weird way.
これが皆さんの脳内で起こっている現象です。皆さんはラジカル6に感染したため、本来の時間を。
Oh, my bad.
そんな。 だから重力が弱くなってることに気づかなかったっていうの？
We don't notice weaker gravity. No, I want to see if I accidentally cut her out. Okay, no, I just I might have just clicked and she wasn't done talking for a reason.
気づかなかったですか？本当に？だって四つ葉さんもシグマさんもファイさんもラウンジで言ってたじゃないですか。体に妙な違和感があるって。
Yeah, because we were having nauseating feeling inside the lounge.
まるで自分の体が自分のものではないような。
I like how they use the audio effect, even though it's supposed to be a flashback of what was said.
ふわふわと宙を舞っているような、そんな感覚だろう。
Yeah. It seemed insane, but what Luna said made sense. In fact, it explained Phi's apparently superhuman strength quite well. Oh, it's not superhuman strength, more like superhuman jumps. Because she keeps jumping so freaking high and fast. Yeah, she did it 3 times already. Drop kick! But it is strange that no one was willing to jump to get that hang air time, and it's just kind of funny to me a little bit. Alright. I'll stop right here because we're already like at 40 minutes ish. So it's just like getting worse because the timing is just they're just full blowing us with all these information just randomly at this point. I am wondering when this will hit, but technically once all this explanation is over, I think we're just gonna get into Phi's ending, and that would be Phi's ending generally. But still, I don't know what the key is for. I just don't get it. The key thing is just annoying as hell for me right now. But hopefully they'll explain what this key thing on the ankle for Sigma is gonna be like. So we'll see what happens then. But I just feel like the explanation about being on the moon kind of feels like a little bit shaky. It didn't feel really that great to hear that you're like, oh, the reason why they jumped all the way high up was because we're on the moon's gravitational like base stuff. But it just didn't make any sense to begin with because nobody else was jumping and stuff like that. So, but I also feel that when you run on the moon, you probably run a little bit more faster than normal. So it makes me wonder if that is the case for a lot of the things we were doing for the past whatever. So I don't know. I don't really know anyways. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode anyways. And we'll try to close out this series once and for all. I do apologize for making it short here again like that. Like I wish to go for a full hour, but I don't want to spend that much time pushing everything and then having my final thoughts be rushed. So I want to give myself an extra bit of room because there's more to be talked about in this series before we finish it out and stuff, and then we'll figure out the truth and all that jazz, and we'll see what we got till the end. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Video Minds. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great amazing day, weekend, nights, or whenever watching this. Roz out.